It's Wednesday. Welcome to our Wednesday Wellness Tip. Today's spiritual tip comes from a friend of mine, Sharon Coleman. I met Sharon through the Brave Thinking Institute, and she shared a powerful story with me, and she gave me permission to share it with you today. In 2015, Sharon had surgery, and shortly thereafter she developed complications. She became very sick. In fact, people didn't realize just how sick she was. Finally, she insisted with her doctor that he admit her to the hospital. And when she got admitted to the hospital, they found that she already had a blood clot in her leg and in her lung. And within a short time, within 3 days, she was in the intensive care unit. And they told her family that they didn't know if she was going to survive or not. They had to put 7 drains into her because she had developed a massive infection of methicillin-resistant Staph aureus. This is an infection that's very resistant to antibiotics and can be life-threatening. So she remembers laying in the intensive care unit, and she felt her life force go out of the top of her head. She knew she was really sick, and she felt this go out of her head. And she looked around and she told the nurses, "I'm leaving." With that, she was definitely out of her body. She remembers a father figure. You can refer to it as God or Creator, whatever your belief system is, but she felt like it was God the Father. And she remembers feeling this incredible, unconditional love. She said it was so powerful, it permeated every cell in her body, and she did not want to move. She remembers hearing music that had more notes than we ever experienced here on earth. And the colors were more vibrant and more of a range of colors than anything we've ever seen. And she remembers that all of the communication was telepathic. So she remembers asking the Father, "Is this where you're going to give me my life review and tell me everything I've done wrong?" And he told her, "I have no judgment." All he was going to do is give her unconditional love. And he said, in fact, that any time while on earth that she had felt she was out of integrity or missed the mark, he said that she had punished herself, because the only thing God has for us is total unconditional love. And he explained to her that the purpose on earth is that we learn how to love not only each other, but totally love and accept ourselves. He lined up all these people, and she said some were sinners, some were saints, some were, it was just an enormous amount of people. And he showed her that no matter what, he loved them all the same. And he explained that some souls, some of the older souls, actually ask and choose to have a more difficult life. So what she understood is that people who we would consider like abusers or those being abused and having very difficult lives, that in many cases those were older souls who had requested that for their own spiritual evolution. The only thing he told her is that he thought that she was working too much. At the time, she said she was working about 60 hours a week. And he told her, you're on earth to enjoy life. So don't spend it all working. And she said once their conversation was finished, that it was like, bam, she was back in her body. And when she got back in her body, of course, there were nurses and doctors all around her because she had arrested, and they had done a code blue. So it took her several months. In fact, it took about 6 months for her to heal. And once she healed through that whole process, she did change her life. Her attitude, everything was different about her life. And she did take that advice to heart. She traveled to Belize, to London, to Maui, to Paris, and really started to enjoy life. So imagine today that God, and again, however this resonates with you, our Creator, our Source, you're getting a direct message to completely love not just everyone around you, but love yourself. This is what we're here for. So that's our spiritual tip for today.